Good day, dear viewers, partners, investors, and everyone who cares about the Sovalmash projects. I am pleased to welcome you to the Sovalmash channel. As always, this is Alexander Sudarev with you, and today is Thursday, the day for the Expert Time broadcast. However, due to a number of reasons and circumstances, the broadcast will not take place today because we won't make it in time. Nevertheless, we really want to please you with some information, so we are recording a video for you. Right now, we are on the first floor of the Design and Engineering Technology Bureau in the metal ductor processing area, and next to me is quite large equipment. This is a laser tube cutter. It is currently undergoing fine-tuning. The arms are already deployed, and let's say it is taking on its intended design as envisioned by the engineers. Of course, for this equipment, we are expecting the arrival of several more auxiliary machines, including a tube bender, which will also be useful to us. But that is a topic for a separate video. From what is happening now on the site, we have all heard and already know that a surface mount line, the so-called SMD assembly, has been deployed on the third floor. So we are already fully utilizing it and producing the necessary boards for controllers for the drive developed on the Sovalmash premises for angle grinders with a 230mm disc. We also see that the thermoplastic machine has moved to its rightful place. The electrical network wiring has already been connected and its commissioning work is currently ongoing. We have already shown you a video in the short format, but now there will be more detailed footage. The thermoplastic machine or system will help us cast housing parts for angle grinders and, in principle, any products we need. It will also participate in the creation of a controller for managing an aircraft engine. It should be noted that the molds for casting the controllers of aircraft engines were made on our equipment, on our milling machines, which is certainly pleasing. That is, from all this, we can conclude that we are acquiring all the necessary capabilities, not only for experimental production, but also for the start of serial production. Therefore, the thermoplastic automatic machine belongs to the class of machines that are needed specifically for organizing a serial, I would say, large-scale production. But, of course, this is not the only equipment suitable for this. Let's go take a look further. And now we have moved with you to another gallery. Here we have truly large-scale equipment. This is a pressure casting station. It has now also taken its rightful place. We can also see the piping of the power networks, meaning everything is already connected. We can see a small crucible. Good afternoon. And, accordingly, here, we will be cooking our alloy soup. And only after a thorough check for compliance with all the chemical properties of the raw materials, we feed it into the dispenser, and begin pouring. By the way, we can see the molds there. You can compare. Yes, the foundry we used before and the foundry we will be using now. This is prototyping. And over there is a large, I would even say, very large series. Next we come to even larger equipment. This is a stamper. This is the very long-awaited stamp that took us a long time to transport, and we have been waiting for it for a long time. Since, you could say, 23 years. And finally, it has arrived on our premises. We will be able to start using it. Commissioning works are also being carried out. Accordingly, we will be connecting all of it. We already have the necessary molds for it. Some of these molds we plan to manufacture on our equipment in the future. By the way, it is worth noting that this is automated equipment. That is, coils with sheet metal are installed here, then fed into this unit, which then feeds them further into the so-called feeder. All of this is centrally fed into the die. It makes 5 strokes per second, and at the output, we get ready-made rotor and stator stacks. And not just plates, but actual stacks. This is very important. Here we also see no less monstrous equipment. This is the so-called broaching slotting machine. Here, engines will be installed. And yeah, keyway slot will be punched. Moreover, in engines of completely different sizes, from small to, judging by the table, large. And this is exactly what we need for creating aircraft engines, and in principle many others. Therefore, such equipment is now at our disposal. There is still a range of equipment that we will also need to acquire, but that will be in future videos. We will talk about this in more detail. And it's nice that everything is falling into place. The fact that the connections are being set up again, of energy systems, energy networks, and everything is moving forward for us. In addition to such large-scale equipment, there is also large-scale equipment that we need precisely for prototyping and indirectly for serial production. This is what we will use to create, including molds for casting and so on, that is, tooling, and generally other equipment. We have now received a new 5-axis CNC milling machine. It is quite large in size and its commissioning is also underway. Therefore, let's say, as of today, in addition to issues related to obtaining the completion document of the construction of the facility, alongside our plans for implementing the commissioning of the facility, we are maximizing its equipment to start working already fully and reach the level we need. I think that today the information will be brief, so enjoy the footage of how it all looks, and see you next time. Write comments. Be sure to ask questions about what interests you, what you would like to see, and what you would like to discuss in more detail. We will try to make it happen. Thank you for your attention and support.